back to English class. In our previous class, we discussed textbook exercises of Unit 6, reading A. Okay. Now let's go with the listening part, listening and comprehension part. You have to listen to me. Then later, after listening part, you have to answer the questions that has been given on the page number 86. Be ready with the page number 86 and then you have to answer the questions after listening a story. 86 page number we are going to do now. Listening part. Okay? Yeah, listening and speaking actually. Now you have to comprehend. You have to answer. Okay, you are doing comprehension part. Here is the story called The Magic Spring. What is the story name? I am going to tell you a story. You have to listen. The Magic Spring. Okay? You should listen and then you should answer the questions. Okay, now listen. Yeah. Once in a small village near mountains lived an old farmer and his wife. Okay? They had no children. They were very old. One morning, the old farmer woke up early and he took his axe and went to the mountains. Okay, they both were old. Okay, a husband and a wife lived in a village. They didn't have any children. They were very old. One day, the old man woke up and he took an axe and he went to the mountains. He wanted to cut some firewood. He wanted to cut the wood to fire to cook. Okay, he climbed the mountain very slowly. The sun was up. It's like mid. Okay, on his head. It was very hot. Okay, the old man felt tired and slept under a tree. He couldn't cut the tree because the sun was up. That means it was midday. It was so hot, so the old man slept under a tree. He got tired, so he slept under a tree. And then a small animal touched the old man's right foot. It touched the right foot of that old man, a small animal. He jumped up in fear. He jumped up in fear and looked around. He looked around in fear. He saw a squirrel running towards a small hole. A squirrel. Okay? Please stop, he cried, the old man. Please come back. But the squirrel had disappeared. It did not come back. The old man was afraid. Suddenly, he felt thirsty. He felt really thirsty. He got afraid because of that squirrel touched his right foot. Okay, he called, but it did not come back at all. So he felt somewhat afraid and later he felt thirsty. And, oh, how thirsty I am, said the old man. How I wish I could get a mouthful of cold water. How it would be if I get cold water, mouthful, not stomachful, at least mouthful, to quench the thirst. Okay? To quench means to fulfill. Okay? And then the old man cried out, give me some. Okay, no. But there was no water anywhere. Mr. Squirrel, my friend, I'm very thirsty. The old man cried out. He searched here and there for water. So he called now Squirrel. Mr. Squirrel, my friend, I'm so thirsty. I'm very thirsty. Okay, the old man cried out, give me something to drink. Please give me some water. Suddenly he heard a bubbling noise. A spring of water was coming from the squirrel's hole. That's really magic, right? That's why the story name is The Magic Spring. That really water started. Suddenly he heard a bubbling noise. A spring of water was coming from the squirrel's hole. Okay, how wonderful. said the old man. He knelt down, kneeling down on your knees. Okay? Kneel down, you do right. Kneel, past tense, knelt. Kneel, knelt, kneeling, kneels. You should know that, okay? He knelt down by the spring, took some water in his hands and he knelt down, he took some water and he drank it. Okay? Then how sweet, he said after he drank. How cool. Suddenly he felt very sleepy. After drinking that, you should remember that all this listening part is connected to listening part. Every lesson after reading A, I am reading one story as a listening part. They all are connected to the lesson I read. Now this lesson, that time he got tired and he slept, Rip Van Winkle. This is also now touched, connected to that one. Something, okay, related to that. He knelt down by the spring, took some water in his hand and drank it. How sweet, he said, how cool. Suddenly he felt very sleepy. That's it. He lay down on the grass. What a strange place, he said, and soon fell asleep. Oh my God, what a strange place. Someone got me up, someone woke me up, and now I called and I asked for water and I got the water. It's really a strange place. He slept after some time. Then after some time, the old man woke up. The old man woke up. It was late in the evening. Okay? What a long sleep it was, said the old man. He jumped up and started running home. After some time, the old man woke up. It was late in the evening. What a long time sleep it was, said the old man. He jumped up and started running home. Is the old man worrying about me? Oh, my wife. The old man worrying about me, he thought. He asked himself, and on his way, he picked up the bundle of firewood. Okay, he thought, oh my God, I forgot to cut the branches of the tree and take some wood to home. Then on the way to home, he picked up some firewood. It was a heavy load, but he carried it easily. He was an old man, right? Old man. He was carrying easily such a bundle, such a big one, heavy one. Okay? But he carried it easily, felt young and strong. He felt on that day. After he slept and he woke up, he was feeling as if he was very young, 20 years old. Like that he felt, young and strong. How young I feel, he said. He ran home quickly. His wife was waiting for him at the gate. At the gate, his wife was waiting. Hello, old man, he called out to her. I'm hungry, give me something to eat. But the old woman was puzzled. She was looking at him. Okay? Yes. How young I feel, he said. He ran home quickly and he said, I'm hungry, give me something to eat. But the old man was puzzled. Who is this young man speaking as if he was my husband? Okay, now you understood. She thought, who is this young man? He's speaking as if he's my husband. Give me something to eat. Something all he's asking is so young. Okay, who is he? What did you understand now? That after drinking that water, he slept. When he woke up, he was young. And that story, he became old, like beard, repanding. Now here opposite, he became young here, okay? And even his wife was unable to identify him. She thought, who is this? So young man who is asking me to give him something to eat as if he is my husband, okay? And then what's wrong with you? He said, what's wrong with you? Don't stare me like that. I'm your husband. Don't stare me like that. I'm your husband. What happened to you? The old woman couldn't believe her eyes. It took some time for both the husband and wife to understand what had happened. Then They started discussing this, that, how come you are my husband? I'm so old and you're so young. This, that, this. They discussed, they argued, and then they understood and they realized. It took for them some time to understand what happened. Oh, after I drank that water, I slept. And when I woke up, I became very strong. That's why on the way, when I was carrying the heavy load, but I felt it has very, like a very, what is it, very, not heavy, not very, it felt very easy to carry them, okay? And then the wife said, tell me the exact place. I want to drink from the magic spring to be young like you. So you are now young. I don't want to be old. Let me drink that magic spring water and let me become young like you. Where is that? Tell me that exact place. Let me go tomorrow, she asked. Okay. The next day, the old woman got up early in the morning and set out for the spring. She went to that spring, okay. The farmer stayed at home, okay. Come back soon, he told his wife. Come back soon, okay. Don't sleep again for a long time. Don't be late. He was very happy because he became young and his wife is going to become young now. He was once again young and strong. Now my wife is going to drink the magic spring. How young she will be. Okay, he said to himself. It was late afternoon. The wife did not come back. It was late afternoon. She did not come back. The farmer waited and waited. Still she did not come back. So he too set out for the mountains. Means started. Set out means started his journey. To start a journey is called set out. Okay, set off. Set off. It's a phrasal verbs we call that. Now you are going to learn in your next lessons phrasal verbs. Okay. He set out for the mountains. He ran as fast as he could. He called out her name. Please answer me, he cried. Come back to me. But there was no answer. Oh, how unhappy I am, cried the farmer. At last he reached the magic spring. Where are you? Where are you? He shouted. Okay. Don't hide from me. Then he heard a tiny cry. He turned round. There on the grass, he saw a tiny baby on the grass. Okay? You understood, right? What happened to that old woman? Yeah. His wife's clothes were wrapped around her. His wife's clothes were wrapped, means covered around the tiny baby. Big one, and in that clothes, a tiny baby was appearing. Okay? And then he turned her round. There on the grass, he saw a tiny baby. It weighed. Okay, don't hide. Yeah. His wife's clothes were wrapped around her, and she had his wife's face. That baby had that wife's face, that old man's wife's face. Okay, then he knew what had happened. Because sometimes girls, women are so greedy. They want more and more, not like men, and not all the women. Okay, some women. Okay, then he knew what had happened. She drank too much water from the spring to become so young. She thought, if I drink more and more and more water, I become more and more and more young. She thought, but she became very tiny baby. That's it. Okay. What a pity, he said. He took his baby wife in his arms, and carried her home and looked after her lovingly. Anyhow, they didn't have children, right? Then he took care of his wife as a baby. So that's why don't be too greedy. That's the meaning of this one. His wife went wrong while drinking that one. It's wrong thing. Like too much is too bad. Anything. There is limit to everything. Even to be greedy also. Okay? If you want more and more, then you are going to suffer more and more. Okay, then this is a lovely story of this magic spring. And now you have to answer page number 86, sorry. Let's go with the first question. What did the old man, first one, why did the old man go to the spring? Okay, the old man went to, old man, did is there, go is the question. Now, how should you answer? Why did the old man go to, did is there. Then if, did is there, go is the, where did he go? Then in the answer, go changes into we to went. When you should not forget, every time reading and comprehension part I am explaining, see the question, which form. Simply don't think what is the answer in English. Now in physics and chemistry, what is the formula of this? Then you start thinking the answer, formula. But in English, you should see the tense. What is the tense of the question is a very, very important. They don't want, everyone knows the answer. We know it. You know this answer, he went to bring the firewood. Okay. But how you are going to answer? That is important. Your grammatical, your grammar, your sentence structure is important. That's why we ask questions. Now you can't give any short answers also in English. So the sentence structure is important. So did is the past tense. Your answer should be in the past tense. The old man went to. Okay, the old man went to the forest or went to the mountains to cut some firewood, to bring some firewood or to cut some firewood. Okay, went to the mountains. The old man went to the mountains to cut some. Your wish, you could write to bring some. To cut some firewood. Okay, this is the first one. This is the first answer. How you are going to write, okay? How you are going to express. Answer is very, very important in English. The old man went to the mountains to cut some, to bring some firewood. You can write. And then second question, who touched his feet? Who touched his feet? Second one, I'm going to write here. You could see a squirrel. S-Q-U-R-R-E-I. A squirrel touched his feet or foot. What they have asked? His feet. Feet only. A squirrel touched his feet. You know the answer, but how you are going to write? That is very, very important in English. Now third one I am going to write. Third one. Question. How did the old man turn into a young man? Who helped him? Who helped him? Actually, the squirrel helped. So you can start with the old man felt thirsty. When the old man felt thirsty. Okay, when the old man felt thirsty, a spring of water came from the squirrel's hole. A spring of water. Let me erase the first one. A spring of water. You could write answers in the CWE one listening continuously. Heading Unit 6 reading game. Okay. A spring of water came from the squirrel's hole. Okay. And then what else we could write? He knelt down by the spring and took some water and drank it. He knelt down by the spring He knelt down by the spring, took some water and drank it. Took some water. Took some water and drank it. Took some water and drank it. He lay down on the grass and fell asleep. He lay down on the grass and fell asleep. He lay down on the grass and then he turned into a young man. Then he turned into a young man. Who helped him to become a young man? The magic spring helped him. You write down, the magic spring helped him. The magic spring itself, right? The magic spring helped him. Who helped him? The magic spring. Because the lesson itself, the passage itself, the magic spring. Now let's go with, once again, I think that you are going to write the answer now. Otherwise, see, now I am taking risk of explaining you how to write the answers on your own. Okay, you should see the tense of the question and you should see the grammar and sentence structure. Now see here, when the old man felt thirsty, a spring of water came from the squirrel's hole. He knelt down by the spring, took some water and drank it. He lay down on the grass and fell asleep. Then he turned into a young man. The magic spring helped him. Who helped him? The magic spring helped him. Now let's go with the fourth one. The old man could not recognize her husband. Why? The old woman could not recognize her husband because he became young and strong. Or you can write her husband became young and strong. So the old woman could not recognize her husband. Okay? The old man, you can start like this. Now, shall I erase this one? The old man became young and strong. You start like this. The old man became see past tense, became young and strong. Young and strong, full stop. Full stop. So the old man, what is that question? So the old man could not recognize her. Could not recognize her husband. Could not recognize her husband. Now let's go with the next one, that is fifth one. Why do you think the old man went to the spring very early in the morning? Okay. She went to the spring very early in the morning to become young like her husband. You can say like that. Okay. Shall I rest now? Have you finished this? I hope you have finished. Okay. Yeah. Now let me erase at least one or two lines to write the fifth answer. You can start. The old man went to fifth one. The old woman went to the spring. Went to the spring very early in the morning. To become young like her husband. To become young like her husband. Now let's go with the sixth and seventh one and end up here. our listening part, okay, comprehension part. Sixth one, why did the old man turn into a small baby? What would you do if you were in her place? The old man turned into a small baby as she drank too much water from the spring. The old man turned into a small baby because she drank too much water from the spring. Because she drank too much water from the spring. She drank too much water from the spring. Okay. Then if I were in her place, what would you do? I would drink only a little to become young, you could say now. If I were in her place, I would drink. See here, if I were in her place, second conditional clause. Do you remember? If I were in her place, I plus could plus V1. I would drink a to become N. I would drink a little water to become N. Okay. Yes, this is the answer now. The old woman turned into a small baby because she drank too much water from the spring. If I were in her place, I could drink a little water to become N. Okay, then last one. Do you believe in such magic pools? Talk about them to the members of your group. This is talking point. Now, no need to write the answer because they are telling you talk about this one. You could say, no, I don't believe in such magic pools. That's enough. Then you want to write them. Seventh answer, just write, no, I don't believe. No, I don't believe. B-E-L-I-E-V-E. No, I don't believe in magic pools. That's enough in the answer. But while speaking, you could speak more words than this one. Hope you have understood and enjoyed this listening part, the story, the magic spring, and how to write answers. I said to you, the first thing is whenever the past tense in the question, if you find the answer should be in the past tense. So don't ever forget this one. Okay then, and don't forget this if conditional formula. If I were, past tense. Okay, second one is V2. Subject plus V2 and clause in the second clause, would plus V1. Would plus subject plus would plus V1. This also we have recollected that we have learnt in our grammar topic of 6th unit. Okay children, that's all for today's video. Bye bye for now. Have a nice time.